All right, we are live from CanJam SoCal 2025 on the showroom floor with one of my favorite original people that I met when I started getting into the headphone hobby, Zach, and the amazing Katharine over there from ZMF. Excited to have you guys with me. This is always fun for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm here.
Thank you very much.
My favorite cello, Marcello. My cello.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's good. How have you been?
Pretty good. I mean, it's crazy to. I mean, the whole 10 years of CanJam SoCal thing I saw the other day. So it's been interesting just to think of like, man, what was I doing 10 years ago? I don't think I was at CanJam 10 years ago. Weirdly, I came to the Newport show then. But yeah, I don't know. They talked in the panel yesterday about like, oh, how much has changed, like where are we going? And it's one of those things where things change and there's more people in the hobby keeps growing, but a lot of things are very similar too. Like sound quality is something that it's going to be a constant, and I think that's one thing that's cool about being in the headphone space. It's all about the sound.
It's all about the sound and the music. Katharine, tell us a little bit about yourself over there.
Yeah, I work at ZMF. I've been there about 3 years, and I work with our production department and with our partnerships. So it's a lot of fun. I really love it.
Katharine does a lot of scheduling, and she names a lot of the headphones for the drops. So she's an integral part of making the headphones getting made. It all starts with Katharine a lot of the times about who's going to be making what headphone, how it's going to get out the door, all the inner working stuff. And we're trying to do more videos on our operations and stuff. I mean, I feel like 7-8 years ago I was like, how do I make sure people know that even though it's just me in a basement, that it's not just me in a basement. And now it's we got 20 people and everything, and Katharine's a big part of it, and it's just fun to deflect some of that attention.
You made an amazing video. I don't know if you personally filmed that or you had a team that helped you with it and you did some of the editing, but there was some, because I follow you on YouTube. Obviously, I'm a forever fanboy of ZMF, and I saw it and I watched it and I was like, this is incredible. Not just from the storytelling aspect, but the cinematography. It was just so beautifully done. So kudos to you and the team on that.
Yeah, actually a ZMF owner and guy I met at CanJam SoCal, this guy Alex, who I think his production company is called Orson Wales, like Whales.
Okay.
He's just a video professional.
So
He's
good.
got amazing stories, and we collaborated, and he used his amazing editing skills and cinematography to do this docu-series we're doing. So I think that no offense to my videos, but when there's another perspective, I think it really takes you more inside what's going on at ZMF in a better way, and can ask Katharine better questions, because I see Katharine every day. I don't ask her the best questions because I know her too well. So I think we're going to keep making those videos and hopefully kind of show people what is actually happening versus my little new weird view of things.
Well, it's like a peek behind the curtain, right? Yeah. Like you actually get to see behind in a different way, right?
Yeah. And so we have the docu-series thread on Head5. I think just ZMF docu-series under the sponsored.
So how many videos have you released on that so far?
We've done 2.
Oh, so I've missed one. So I need to catch up.
Yeah, the second one was on the Ori.
Okay.
The next one's going to be, I think we're going to do a Woodlord video because we interviewed him out there. And I don't know. I hope to keep it going until the money runs out. Just like like Warner Brothers or whatever. I went to film school. I love that kind of storytelling thing. Honestly, it's a outlet for me as a hobby and as just trying to tell the story of ZMF and try to decouple people from being like ZMF is just Zach, because it's so much more than me at this point that I kind of just like.
How many team members you guys now have? You added quite a few.
Between our shop in Chicago and in Southern Illinois, I think we're at about 20 people.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is incredible.
It's been really incredible.
Yeah, I love that.
How's that been managing all those people, new people?
Yeah. It's been really cool. ZMF is a lot different than my past jobs, I guess, in a way where the team is just really. We have some of the best people in the world working at ZMF, and I think that's the coolest part about the docu-series is just sharing that story with the world and having people look at ZMF in a different way and kind of show off everyone's skills. And it's a place where you can show up every day and be excited to be at work and to interact with everyone, and everyone loves the headphones and is really excited to create something really beautiful and different. So.
I love that. Yeah, I was talking to Katharine earlier, and there's another manufacturer that we streamed with, and he was like an avid guitar player. And he says that he loves to he's got a huge collection too. He loves to set them all out in a circle and play them just to hear the different sounds between them. And I said, bro, you need to go talk to Zach over at ZMF, because what you're talking about with what you love doing when you play your guitar is what they do with headphones. And I believe you played the guitar and still do, I imagine, and other wood instruments, I would imagine, string wood instruments, right? That allow you to kind of, in the same way, bring that craft to your headphones.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a hobbyist and guitar player, and I like a lot of old time music and stuff, and I collect old acoustic guitars and stuff. But I've never done that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put all of them in a circle and just play the same notes, the same song. I'll play Little Sadie on every guitar, and Bevan will probably come home in the middle of it and ask me what the hell I'm doing. And it'll be awesome.
Just play a Grateful Dead tune and she'll be good with it.
Yeah.
Friend of the Devil or Fire on the Mountain or something. She'll be good.
Fire on the mountain. I'm learning. She's got so into the Dead lately, and I'm like learning all these songs that I do really appreciate it a lot more than I used to when I didn't investigate all of it. But it's a whole bag of worms.
Bevan's slowly converting everyone in the ZMF shop.
Good.
So.
Yeah,
Good.
we did Hot Cups. What was it called? Hot Cups Summer.
Yeah.
Psychedelic Summer.
Psychedelic
Summer.
Summer. Peace, Love, and
love that.
Headphones.
Peace, Love, and Headphones.
I love that. Have you watched the documentary yet on Amazon?
I think I was in and out of consciousness of sleep when she was watching it. So I think I saw part
Great.
of it. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. That was actually the first concert I ever saw. I was 14 and a half years old, and I had to beg my parents to take me to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon to see the Grateful Dead with my buddy Danny. And they did somehow. I don't know if that was reckless parenting or what, but
I mean, as long as you weren't doing the nitrous in the parking lot.
I was too young. Believe me, nobody.
You never know what somebody.
Nobody would have let me. Nobody would have let me. I was way too young. I'll show you a picture after the stream of how young I looked, and you'll be like, oh yeah, he couldn't have gotten that much trouble. But it was an amazing first experience for a concert, and I was a fan ever since. So, and it was the last show that Jerry Garcia played.
Oh really? This was
on the West Coast before he died.
Or something?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That's
I'm
awesome.
46 now, so
should
whatever
tell
I was
Bevan
14
about
and a half. I'll have to share that with him. Yeah. But so talk to us about headphones. Enough about that. Let's talk about headphones. Which one do we want to look at first? You got three beauties here. Which do we want to look at and talk about?
Yeah. This is the brand new Ori 3.0. It's new and old at the same time. So I'll pass it over to Zach.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago we released the Ori, or the Omni, which was our last T50 mod. And I don't know, the thing about the T50, it has a very distinctive sound because it uses a kind of a thick Captain membrane. And I was always just curious, like, what would a kind of newer version with a Captain, what would a big Captain membrane sound like? There's older, the original T50, the circular one back in the 70s, and I have some of those vintage planars. But they have kind of a different form factor to them. So it was kind of just a journey of me trying to find a new sound and go after that really bassy sound that the T50 mods had to take advantage of the macro thick element of the Captain driver. And so it's a really unique, bassy, lush, macro, punchy sounding headphone. And the goal is always to expand your collection with unique stuff and not replicate. So
Absolutely.
That's my kind of journey to
And
that.
what kind of wood do we have over there? The wood grain's beautiful. What are we looking at
Yeah,
there?
this is the Torrified Limba.
Ooh, where does limba wood come from? And
It's an acacia species, I think.
Okay.
I think a lot of it comes from Australia. The stuff we have, I'd actually need to ask my wood supplier. We buy that from a place in Pennsylvania. exactly where they get it from. I let them do all the importing because I don't want to, if some wood person comes
exactly.
in, I'm like, it's legal, it's good.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was one of my
but,
favorite parts of your videos, like watching you, this like wood collector, and like going through and looking at it. I was like, oh my God, he's got so much cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I can't help myself sometimes with that. I get I've got some really good sources now of where we get the wood, but the torrefication is kind of a roasting process that takes a lot of the moisture out of the wood and binds the fibers, so it's actually lighter and stiffer at the same time, which is really cool. And that's the black limba actually looks kind of light colored before you roast it. And so now I'm trying to find some white limba now to Torino wood to do with another model. So I think it's really cool. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And so from a musicality standpoint, what genres of music does it excel with? I mean, all your headphones sound good with all genres, but is there like one that leans heavy to a certain type of listener?
What do you think, Katharine?
I really love EDM.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking that electronic, but I didn't want to assume. So, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's weird. Like things that work with EDM also work really well with acoustic music, and I think most headphones that are tuned well work well with most genres. It's always weird. Like I hear people say this works with this genre, this works with that genre, but it's always varies based on the listener because we all hear so differently.
100%.
So yeah, I don't know.
But the bass,
I let
is
people
special.
tell me what it works well with.
Yeah, but the bass is a special factor of
EDM, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna thump.
Yeah, I know Katharine's been on a res kick lately.
Yeah, I like the thump, and this headphone does that for me. So
I love that.
If you want the thump.
Nice, cool. And then what do we have here? Let's look at this beautiful.
It's an Atrium Open, and I mean the thing I wanted to show is the new chassis. I mean, as of right now, we're just calling this the custom shop chassis, but we're working towards getting a custom shop next year to where people can pick a lot of stuff. But you can see the new rod design on there.
It's beautiful.
People are really used to this rod design, which we was our original, or maybe our second rod design that we had for years. It kind of has that fluted element to the front there. Whereas this, and you don't see there any lines on it. And then this version has those like horizontal lines. See if I put this in front of my face.
There you go.
Horizontal lines on the chassis. And that kind of bigger knob on the top and everything with rose gold. And so this is the kind of way the new magnesium is going to look in the next few couple years is this new look.
The rose gold with that burgundy burgundy color. Was that a sneeze or a bark?
I thought I heard a dog.
It's like
It was a dog in CanJam. CanJam brings out the dog in the audio files, you know what I mean?
But the burgundy, it looks like a burgundy almost headband with the rose gold. That looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, well, all your headphones look beautiful, but that's nice. I haven't seen that, so. Okay, and then what is the wood on those? What did you say the wood was on these ones? Or did you say?
I think that's, is that Bubinga? Yeah, I think it's Bubinga.
Yeah, Bubinga.
Question mark.
Yeah, no, it's
potentially
I'm
Bubinga.
pretty sure it's Bubinga, which we did a couple years ago, and I think this was kind of a one-of-one build that we did. But yeah, it looks like Bubinga to me.
It's gorgeous. Good. Cool.
Bubinga. And then this is a Boca Open, and cool thing about this model is that it has the custom grill on it. We have a great designer, graphic designer, Maggie, who takes care of a lot of our looks, and she went on a search for a lot. Oh yeah, look at that right there.
So cool.
She did a lot of this work to find these cool acrylic plates, and we're going to do some of these out of wood. And so, that's one of the cool things about the Boca is we laser cut a lot of these in-house and can do different designs and materials. So,
I just love the way it reflects the light, too.
I know, you got to get that right angle, right?
Yeah, that's just cool. Yeah, that's sweet. This wood's beautiful, too. It's got a tint of, like, a little bit of purple in it, too. Tyler would love that,
it's
for sure.
Resin,
yeah, it's gorgeous. And then how does the sound differ between these two? These two?
The Ori's got that macro sound we were kind of talking about earlier. This one with the Boca models, it has a lighter liquid crystal polymer driver, and it has an 80 ohm voice coil, and the material of the membrane is a dynamic driver versus planar as well.
Okay.
And so it has a very quick response to it. The light driver kind of, has an immediate kind of impulse, and so you kind of hear Even though this, someone actually said to me today, hey, this sounds bassier than some of your closed headphones, and even though it doesn't measure bassier, when you look at the impulse response, they're getting all that bass in a very quick time domain, and so it sounds bass. You hear bass right away because it's just such a fast, impulse on the driver. So really good for portable devices. And it's just kind of a little more of a, open, ethereal sound than the more direct sounding Ori.
Cool. That's well said. Looks like we have a couple questions here, so let's see.
Someone's watching?
Oh, man. Okay,
I love
it says,
that.
Deserted
More
Island,
questions, please. More comments.
Tubes or solid state? Well, that's easy for me. Tubes. And then
Dead
which
album.
headphone set and which Dead album?
I gotta ask Bevan.
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
What's the one with...
I'll tell you which one I listen to the most.
You do the Dead album.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Tubes or solid state? I mean, if I had to choose one or the other, I'd choose tubes just because they're funkier and I like funkier stuff. There's some awesome solid state. I mean, you got the Zal out, you've got the ECP Ravenswood, which is amazing. The Mascowo guy is making incredible solid state amps now that have like some of that nuance and stuff. So I don't think, there's no one is better than the other. But unless you have a high impedance headphone like the Atrium, then I think it's just easier to find a high impedance amp. Do you have a tube or solid state preference?
Tubes all the way.
Tubes all the way.
Tubes
You're
all
not
the
just
way.
saying that.
No argument.
No, I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, I know you have on your desk that Metaxas head. That's a solid. Yeah.
The Marquee by Metaxas and Sons.
Maybe we can glue a tube to make it a unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's an idea for them that maybe they can do. Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about it, I just was in the Woo Audio room earlier, and they've got the WA24 out. And I said, is this 2A3s or these 300B tubes? And I don't know if you've talked to Woo Audio yet.
Not yet. Well, just popping by.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the big monoblock. I got to listen to those for the first time. I was like,
That thing's crazy.
God.
He's actually had that out for a while.
For a while, and I never had a chance to listen to it, but I did. I did this weekend.
But their new tube amp has a type of tube that is like they worked with a manufacturer on a type of tube that's not
the
a 2A3.
W24
It's not
one, yes.
W24.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's
yeah.
so fascinating to me because the whole tube amp thing, one of the debates is like, it's the tubes are going out of style, or we have to use all these new old stock tubes. But I do think there's a resurgence in tubes, and it's allowed new tube makers to have spaces to make stuff and new sounds. And I need to go listen to it because I just did a little video with
It's a great
them.
amp.
Yeah.
It is. I actually was able to.
$15,000? $16,000?
Somewhere in that range.
Sorry.
I reviewed it a while back, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I was very grateful to spend some time in home listening to it for several weeks. It was amazing. And it's beautiful, the design, too. Like, it's actually really pretty.
That knob, and it's got the same WA23 type design to it. And I think it's cool that there's a lot more, people in the tube amp game right now. It has made a lot of those tubes, those older tubes, more expensive.
True.
Some of that stuff I bought 10 years ago, like the metal-based GZ34s, the price of those now is like, I'm like, I shouldn't even use these. These are worth too much.
Well, and your headphones sound exceptional with tubes, too. That is a spectacular thing about your headphones. They really do.
Yeah, it kind of adds to the dimension of everything.
So the two albums I listen to the most for the question is American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. So those are the two albums I listen to the most. I don't know if they're my favorite albums, but they're heavily on my review track and just hanging out and listening to music tracks.
I know I like the earlier stuff because there's more like a bluesy feel to them, and I'm big into that kind of minor key blues stuff. And what was the drummer's name that passed away pretty earlier?
Pigpen?
Pigpen.
Yeah.
The stuff that he sang I thought was pretty awesome. You know any Grateful Dead songs? You want to give us a little...
I've listened to whatever Bevan has showed me.
Yeah.
Well, you will slowly but surely become addicted to it. It's great.
Will.
Okay,
become
and
a deadhead.
there's a Matthew Thomas. I should probably add that to the broadcast so you guys can see it easier.
Oh, yeah, the...
Updates
Airmid
on
OTO.
Airmid OTO.
Yeah, no, Matthew. I was trying to have it here at CanJam, but it didn't get here in time. So we're right now maybe in transit to Keenan. Lord Gwyn himself is a prototype of it, and that's kind of the thing. We work with Kyan, and Keenan modified the air mid circuit actually a bit for the production version that we're going to do. And it's going to be KT66s, 77s, DL34s, 6SN7, and 5U4Gs. And so it's going to have a rectifier, which the original one that he made didn't. So, the sound to me is a little more transient attack to it than the original one. But I mean, it should be done within the next 6 months. It's always hard to tell. Keenan's going to look at it, make sure the circuit is right and everything. But we're doing the same aesthetic as the new Aegis. Not by colorway. It's going to have a different knob and stuff like that. Bigger knob, I think. So you can't go wrong with that. But it's coming, and it's nearing the final stages of R&D. So, I mean, it's the most excited I've been for non-headphone product in a long time. I mean, the Air Mid is, if anyone who's heard it, there's only like 6 or 7 that were made for a few of us, and we're very lucky to get to use them. But, when you hear a amazing OTL with a dynamic headphone that
300 ohm.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it's
designed to be together.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, and with a lot of our earlier headphones, people would use them on a low impedance solid state amp, but it just is a different sound when you have a higher impedance.
Yeah, I remember when I built a bottlehead crack, right? Just like a cheap amp that I built with a family member of mine, and listening to ZMF off of that was just a real special moment for me, like when I first got to hear it off of that little amp, and this is, we're talking, this is a major. How much is this amp going to retail for?
I actually have no idea.
Yeah.
I wish they haven't even told me the cost of the parts or anything yet, because I right now it's all about making sure the circuit's right. And so I'll sell it for whatever the best version of the amp is. We're going to make it the best version.
Okay, cool.
It's one of those things. It's not worth skimping on any part.
Yeah, so it's like a flagship for you, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the
amplifier.
best OTL can be. It's going to be very different from the Declare one too. I mean, Steve and Keenan have very different design ideas. And I should say too, Bottlehead just got acquired by a new family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they actually live 20 minutes from us in Oak Park. Came by the shop the other day, and they're keeping the ethos of Bottlehead, and you might see the website got updated and stuff. So the original Bottlehead family, great people. New Bottlehead family, great people.
Very cool.
It's very exciting that those products are going to continue on, and I think they have a lot of good ideas on how to rejuvenate Bottlehead too into some new ideas and stuff. It's
I love
really
that.
cool.
I love that. Let's see. We might have another question here, and then we'll wrap up in a little bit. And I'll
yeah,
let you
more
guys off the hook.
questions.
We got some more questions.
We got more.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. AK just wants to show some love for the Aeolus. Still one of his or her favorites.
Catherine, talk about the
yeah.
Aeolus, Catherine.
The Aeolus, it's, I'll use what
Fantastic.
Tyler has always said, it's like a warm hug. And that's the Aeolus right there. It's a warm hug.
Catherine, if you had to write a missed connection for the Aeolus on Craigslist, what would you write?
Craigslist?
Craigslist.
I've never been
2025.
I've never been on Craigslist.
On Tinder. What would you say to?
So now we know Catherine's
what would you
on
say?
Tinder.
No, I don't know that she's on Tinder.
No, I'm
but
kidding.
If the Aeolus had a Tinder profile, I feel like it would be really into camping and campfires and
marshmallow.
Okay, I'm going to give you what I think it would be. Since that was the first
Marshmallow,
CMF
what's
headphone.
You know,
If you're
missed
looking for
connections.
a warm, romantic time in a hot bathtub with sultry sounds
Say it sexier.
and taking your listening experience to new levels of depth, the Aeolus.
Get yourself a hot OTL
Exactly.
and get yourself a single-ended plug.
Oh man.
And make sure that you turn the volume up loud.
Exactly. Mom, if you're out there listening, I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny. But it's true. That was my first CMF headphone, and I loved that. I mean, it's fantastic. I still love the headphones. They're fantastic headphones. So it is. It's like a lush, warm hug, but still like so freaking awesome and it's still fast and exciting
Yeah,
too at the same
you saw
time.
that review somewhere, right?
It's still up.
I remember seeing your camera work on that review and being like, Marcello he touches the camera and it's poetry. Because it was a Campfire Bro.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
2018 or
Yeah,
19?
when I was really first starting to do YouTube videos, and I fell in love with that headphone. I really did. So I put a lot into that video, and now I look at my camera work now back then, and I'm like, well, I guess it was okay, but you look like anything, any craft, you get better as you do it more and more.
Don't ever look back.
Yeah, it's like look forward.
Not
That's
at
right.
yourself, not at yourself.
Right, look forward. I agree. What else is new? What's coming? Anything else you want to discuss before we wrap up?
Well, you know what? The Aeolus is coming back in style.
Nice.
We will have some new LTDs next month, so that's something to look forward to.
Very cool.
We're gearing up for ZMF November, so that's a really exciting time of the year.
ZMF Festivus.
Yeah, ZMF Festivus in January, which
Talk about that
Is there
so
a date
so
confirmed
people
for
know.
that yet?
it'll be January of 2026.
Okay.
Date TBD. The other exciting part about that is it'll be the 15-year anniversary of ZMF in
that's a big
2026.
deal.
So
Of me
it'll
modding
be
headphones
Yeah.
for bros on
yeah.
headphones. Yeah.
So it'll be a little ZMF birthday party anniversary. So
Where's this going to take place?
In Berwyn
yeah.
near Chicago. Come to
Okay.
Chicago in the coldest time of the year and enjoy.
negative 40.
Yeah,
Oh
enjoy
my
getting
God.
your tits frozen.
But the
gonna be
Aeolus will
great.
keep you warm. The
That's
Aeolus
true.
will-
That's
and the
true.
Tubes. The tubes will
The
keep
tubes.
you warm.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cold time and a hot OTL and a missed connection. I don't know where I'm going with this.
You know what? 15 years is incredible, though.
I
Congratulations.
know.
Congratulations.
It is hard to look back and be like, oh, you built this company that still exists or whatever. But I'm such a pessimist when it comes to business stuff. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's going to be the last day. Something bad's going to happen.
No.
I think that's what keeps us going, keeps things fresh. Is that you're always trying to do something new and make sure that you're relevant.
You guys have always done it right as long as I've known you, and you're going to continue to keep that. And you have a huge fan base and people that are just in love.
got more
and
comments.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
But I appreciate that, Marcello. It's,
Okay. Verite Closed and a Boca
Oh
Closed
yeah,
owner.
you got you want to write a misconnection for those
And-
Caesar?
I guess he wants to know from the maker a little bit about both. And
Verite
I guess
Closed
in
and
your
Boca
words.
Closed?
Yeah, in your words. Because it sounds like he owns them both. But
You got
yeah.
both. I mean, Verite Closed was the it was the first closed back after Atticus and Icon. I kind of used a lot of the stuff I learned from the headphones before that to do the VC. And it's just, I don't know, it just has an easygoing sound that I wanted to tap into the Beryllium driver and the quickness there, but still make it easygoing. And I think that has that really, like, inviting mid-bass hump that is just enough to make it have a punch, but not enough to be intrusive, and the laid-back upper mids. I don't know. It's just an easy headphone to listen to, because for me with closed headphones, something I'm going to use while I'm working, and I wanted you to be able to use it, all day long and still
Soundstage
get
is
that
pretty
detail
impressive
in
too.
Soundstage.
Yeah, very impressive soundstage.
So that was the first headphone that I made, closed back I made, where I was really, I was like, I've evolved from the Atticus and Icon. Boca Closed, has the ADS system. It's got that Boca driver with the lighter membrane. There's a lot of things in the Boca Closed that are directly reflective of the VC, just kind of in a package that's, the thing is with the VC, I wasn't tuning that. That was a little bit before the time of like everyone was paying attention to Harman, so there's a lot less Harman influence there.
Sure.
Whereas with the Boca Closed, I was like, oh, within this tuning system, I need to make sure there's one version that's a little bit closer to Harman and stuff, which was a big difference there. And then, with the atrium damping system, it allowed us to have a slightly smaller cup volume, we could still get that spaciousness and stuff. But I just think of the Boca Closed the same way. It's like a headphone closed back that's very easy to get into and to listen to for a long period of time. Just because a lot of people have sensitivity to those upper mid-range and treble regions for closed
sure.
backs because it's closed.
For sure.
I don't know. If there's something more specific, Caesar, you tell us. You only got a minute. So.
Yeah, that is true, though. There is a lot more sensitivities, especially in those frequencies with a closed back. It becomes fatiguing very quickly if there's too much in those ranges.
There's some reviewers and people who tell me they're like, I just don't use closed back because it activates my tinnitus or any of that stuff.
Yeah. You have to have definitely a more laid back treble and upper mid-range. And
Okay, Katharine, do you have any comments on the Verite Closed? and the vocal closed?
I recently watched all of the Harry Potter movies with the Verite Closed.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Fun fact.
What would a Harry Potter character say about the Verite Closed? In the Harry Potter voice. Whatever that might
I
be.
don't know what that voice would be. I don't know. Maybe I feel like the Verite Closed would end up in the Slytherin household.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well said.
Try to
Well,
figure out what that is.
what else do we want to say? Do we want to wrap up and say
Well,
anything
yeah,
else?
thanks guys for watching, and we'll be at a lot of upcoming meets and stuff, in CanJam Dallas, and ZMF November's coming,
Yeah.
and Katharine's going to build a lot of nice looking headphones
Yeah.
for that.
Do beautiful headphones, fun names.
Very cool. And if you're in SoCal and you're nearby, there's still a few more hours left at CanJam, and you got an amazing room full of headphones and amazing amplifiers that they can come down and listen to. If not, we got Dallas.
2 hours.
Yeah, you got 2 hours, so get your butt down here quick. If not, we're happy that you joined us on the stream, and thank you guys for coming on with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and stay tuned. We got at least one more or two possibly streams for today, so stick with us, and we'll keep dropping those links into the impressions thread on CanJam, or for CanJam 2025 on Headphones. So stick with us, and thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.